Have you ever wondered what it takes to be a source of inspiration and courage, to be the kind of person that others look to for wisdom and motivation? Well, buckle up. We're about to embark on a journey through time, exploring the minds of some of the most influential figures in history. Our quest for wisdom is as old as humanity itself. Throughout the ages, we have sought out those who inspire us, who show us what it means to be courageous, and who motivate us to reach beyond our perceived limitations. These figures, etched in the annals of history, have left behind a rich tapestry of thoughts and ideas, crafting their experiences and insights into words that continue to ignite the flame of inspiration in our hearts. Imagine, if you will, the vast expanse of time stretching out before us like an infinite canvas, painted with the wisdom and courage of countless souls. Our journey will take us across this canvas, picking out the most vibrant hues of inspiration, the deepest shades of courage, and the most dazzling sparks of motivation. As we delve into the words of these remarkable individuals, we will find that their wisdom transcends the boundaries of time and space. Their courage bears testament to the indomitable human spirit. Their inspiration serves as a beacon, guiding us through the darkest of times. And their motivation, it's the fuel that propels us forward, pushing us to reach heights we never thought possible. But remember, this journey is not just about collecting quotes. It's about understanding the essence of these powerful words and allowing them to resonate within us. It's about drawing strength from these words and using them to navigate our own lives. So are you ready? Ready to embark on this journey through time? To seek out wisdom from those who have come before us, to be inspired by their courage and motivated by their words. The wisdom we seek often comes from those who have lived before us, who have faced challenges and have distilled their experiences into words. Let us start our journey with the ancients, whose words still resonate with us today. The ancients, they were the pioneers of thought, the first to question the nature of existence, the first to articulate the human experience. Their wisdom, like well-worn paths, guide us still. Take the words of Confucius, an ancient Chinese philosopher who once said, "It does not matter how slowly you go as long as you do not stop." Here we find an early testament to resilience and the power of perseverance. In a world where we often feel the pressure to rush to get ahead, Confucius reminds us that progress, no matter how slow, is still progress. Then there is the timeless wisdom of Socrates, who claimed, "An unexamined life is not worth living." This Greek philosopher, through his relentless questioning, taught us the value of introspection and self-awareness. His quote is a call to action, urging us to engage with the world and our own minds critically and thoughtfully. From the deserts of North Africa, we hear the voice of Hannibal Barca, the Carthaginian general, who famously said, "We will either find a way or make one." A testament to his indomitable spirit, this quote reminds us that there is always a path forward, even when all seems lost. And let us not forget the wisdom of the Buddha, who taught us that the mind is everything. What you think, you become. A profound reminder of the power of our thoughts and attitudes. It tells us that we are the masters of our own destinies, capable of shaping our lives through our mindset. Lastly, we listen to the words of Marcus Aurelius, a Roman emperor and philosopher who believed that the obstacle is the way. These words urge us to see challenges not as roadblocks, but opportunities for growth and learning. The wisdom of the ancients, timeless and profound, is the foundation upon which we build our understanding of courage and inspiration. As we move forward in time, the voices of inspiration grow louder and more diverse. The Enlightenment, that intellectual and philosophical movement that dominated the world of ideas in Europe during the 17th and 18th centuries, brought us voices that echoed the power of reason, progress, and liberty. The likes of Voltaire, who boldly declared, "I disapprove of what you say, but I will defend to the death your right to say it." A beautiful testament to the courage of free thought and expression. Then there was Immanuel Kant, a philosopher who challenged us to have the audacity to use our own understanding. In his words, "Dare to know, have the courage to use your own intelligence." As we journey to the 19th century, we find Friedrich Nietzsche, who reminded us that he who has a why to live can bear almost any how. A powerful statement on the strength of purpose and motivation. From the shores of America, we hear the voice of Ralph Waldo Emerson, who said, "Do not go where the path may lead, go instead where there is no path and leave a trail." A call to carve out our own destiny and make a mark on the world. And the fiery spirit of Susan B. Anthony, a champion for women's rights, who proclaimed, "Cautious, careful people, always casting about to preserve their reputation, can never effect a reform." A stark reminder that change often requires boldness and bravery. The eloquent Frederick Douglass, who was once a slave, taught us that if there is no struggle, there is no progress. He encapsulates the essence of courage and determination in the face of adversity. Finally, let us not forget the poignant words of Mark Twain. "The two most important days in your life are the day you are born and the day you find out why." A timeless reminder of the importance of finding our purpose. These voices from the past challenge us to think, to question, and to strive for greatness. In the 20th century, the voices of inspiration and courage echo across continents and cultures. As we step into the last century, we are greeted by the profound voices of changemakers and thought leaders. From the heart of Africa to the bustling streets of New York, let us soak in their wisdom. Nelson Mandela, the beacon of South Africa, once said, "I learned that courage was not the absence of fear, but the triumph over it. The brave man is not he who does not feel afraid, but he who conquers that fear." Crossing the ocean, we find Martin Luther King Jr., whose words still resonate in the hearts of many. Faith is taking the first step, even when you don't see the whole staircase. From the land of the rising sun, Japanese novelist Haruki Murakami offers us a unique perspective. Pain is inevitable, suffering is optional. In the realm of science, Albert Einstein, the genius who redefined our understanding of the universe, once mused, "Imagination is more important than knowledge, for knowledge is limited, whereas imagination embraces the entire world." From the world of entertainment, we have Walt Disney, who believed all our dreams can come true, if we have the courage to pursue them. And let's not forget the indomitable Mother Teresa, who devoted her life to the service of the poor and the destitute. She taught us, not all of us can do great things, but we can do small things with great love. The fiery voice of Che Guevara, the revolutionary, urges us on. The revolution is not an apple that falls when it is ripe. You have to make it fall. Finally, from the corridors of power, Winston Churchill, the stalwart British leader, reminded us, "Success is not final, failure is not fatal, it is the courage to continue that counts." These voices remind us that no matter where we come from, we all have the capacity to inspire and to be courageous. And now we turn to the voices of our own time, voices that speak to our current challenges and aspirations. In the bustling rhythm of today, we find wisdom in the words of Malala Yousafzai. When the whole world is silent, even one voice becomes powerful. Her words inspire us to find our own voice, to stand up for what we believe in, and to make our mark in the world. Next, we hear from the astute mind of Elon Musk, who reminds us that when something is important enough, you do it even if the odds are not in your favor. His words push us to pursue our dreams relentlessly and to not be deterred by the fear of failure. We then turn to the voice of Michelle Obama, full of grace and strength, who imparts, "Don't ever underestimate the importance you can have, because history has shown us that courage can be contagious and hope can take on a life of its own." Her words instill in us the courage to take on the world and the realization that we can be the beacon of hope for others. In the realm of literature, J.K. Rowling, the creator of the magical world of Harry Potter, advises us, "We do not need magic to change the world. We carry all the power we need inside ourselves already. We have the power to imagine better." Her words remind us that the real magic lies within us, in our ability to create, innovate, and transform the world. Finally, we hear from the charismatic Dalai Lama, "Happiness is not something ready-made, it comes from your own actions." His words guide us to take responsibility for our own happiness, highlighting that our actions and attitudes shape our experiences. These voices of today, full of wisdom and insight, inspire us to be courageous, to be motivated, and to make an impact in our own unique way. Now that we have journeyed through time, what have we learned from these voices of inspiration and courage? From the echoing halls of ancient wisdom to the pulsating buzz of the here and now, we have traversed a rich tapestry of thoughts, all woven together by the thread of human experience. These 40 voices have carried with them the distilled essence of wisdom, courage, inspiration, and motivation. We began with the ancients, whose wisdom still rings true today. They taught us that courage is not the absence of fear, but rather the triumph over it. They reminded us that life is not just about surviving, but about thriving with passion, compassion, humor, and style. They showed us that the only real failure in life is not to be true to the best one knows. As we journeyed further, the Enlightenment era and beyond brought us voices that echoed the power of self-belief and the indomitable human spirit. They reminded us that we must be the change we wish to see in the world. They showed us that it is not the strongest or the most intelligent who will survive, but those who can best manage change. The voices of the 20th century taught us about the power of dreams and the importance of persistence. They urged us to strive not to be a success, but rather to be of value. They showed us that life is what happens when we're busy making other plans. In the here and now, we heard voices ringing with the urgency of our times. They reminded us that we cannot become what we want by remaining what we are. They taught us that the greatest glory in living lies not in never falling, but in rising every time we fall. So let's reflect on these powerful messages. Let them inspire you to dream more, learn more, do more, and become more. Let them motivate you to face challenges with courage and determination. Let them remind you of your strength and resilience. Remember, the wisdom of the past informs the present, and it is in our hands to shape the future. Let these words inspire you, motivate you, and give you courage as you continue your own journey.